Hello children and welcome back to the English class of Standard 7. Now students, you know that everything around us, everything that we see right here where I am standing, where you are sitting in your houses, everything around us has been given a name, what we call it. For example, I have this in my hand, it is called a chalk. Here behind me, it is called a blackboard, green board, it is called a board. Here I have a book, this is called a bottle. Inside the bottle I have water. So everything has name, we have a name. I have a name, Mrs. June Fernandez. June Fernandez is my name. You have names too. All of you have names. So we all have names, and this what in grammar, these names that we give, it is a part of speech, the first part of speech that we learn, and that is called, again, it has also been given a name and they are called nouns. And today we are going to study about nouns. From your textbook it is on pages, it is in your textbook on pages, let me tell you, on pages 7, 15, 28 and 34. So I am going to take the entire topic which is there on page 7, 15, 28 and 34 in this period. Pay attention. You can open the and go through these pages. But right now I am going to teach the entire thing in just one full chart. Here we have nouns. Now these nouns are classified into mainly two groups. We have the common nouns and we have proper nouns. I am definitely sure you all know about this, but since it is in your books on these pages, I have to explain. So we have common nouns and proper nouns. You know what are common nouns. Common nouns is some common name given to everything. Anywhere you go, a bottle will be a bottle. Anywhere you go, a glass will be a glass. You, if you are a boy or if you are a girl, but each boy will have a special name. Each girl will have a special name. So boy, all the gender boys will be called boys, the gender girl, girl. So all these which are commonly given are called common nouns. And proper nouns is just a particular name given to a particular thing. Just one. Like you have your name, it's a proper noun. Any river, given a name, river Ganga, again it's a proper noun because it's a name given to that river, a particular river. Mount Everest, Everest is the name given to that mountain, so Mount Everest. So, and you have a name, as I told you, I am June Fernandez, so my name, I have a proper name. A city, our city, Pune, it's a proper noun. So we have nouns, common and proper. We already know about the common nouns and proper nouns. Then, but again over here, common nouns can be classified into more categories where we have common noun as collective nouns. They are common because we, for everything we give that same noun. Collective nouns, concrete and abstract. You will find all this information on one of the pages over here. Okay, so collective noun. Now what is a collective noun? A noun or a name given to some collection, a group, some collection that is there, that name given is called a collective noun. For example, we have a collection of ships. A collection of ships like is called a fleet of ships. A fleet of ships. And suppose a collection of cows, over there it will be called herd of cattle, cows, herd. Then you will call, if I keep books, one collection of many books kept together, it will be called a pile of books. Many on a sheet, if our class, when you come, we have a names, all names of the students written in one book, which is called our attendance book. And on that, what do we call the names? All that the teacher whenever the list of names, list, a list of names. Then we have such many things. You will find, you can also look for collective nouns. There will be many examples of collective noun. Flock of sheep, the other one is flock of sheep. Okay, a crowd, when many children, people are just standing. If there's an accident on a road, we say there's a crowd over there, many people, so a crowd. So there are many soldiers, when the soldiers are going on a war, the army, together they are called an army. So we have many different different names given to a collection of things. So collective nouns is any name given to a collection of things. Then we have concrete. Now concrete is whatever you can touch in your hand, hold in your hand, see, those are concrete things. So all the names that I took in the beginning, like a book, I can hold it in my hand. All these are concrete nouns. All these are concrete. So concrete are anything that you can touch and see. All these come under common nouns. But abstract, what are abstract? Abstract is, the word itself tells that it is something vague, different, right? It doesn't have one form, like abstract it is. So when you talk about abstract, it is a name of any quality. It is a name of any quality, a name of any action given, a name of any action, or a name of any state, or a name of any state of a being, any state of a being. For example, quality like bravery. Bravery is a quality in a person. Kindness is a quality in a person. So over here we have bravery, kindness. These are qualities. Then action is something like theft. Theft is a action. Laughter. Laughter, you cannot hold it in your hand. Theft, you cannot hold it in your hand. You cannot see. You have to know that's an action, but it is abstract. It is something that is, but then you give it a name. Theft. So theft is a action. You laugh. The action of laughing. The action of laughing. The action of stealing is a theft. The action of laughing is laughter. Laughter. So such actions are, again, like you to hate somebody, it is called hatred. Hatred. So all these are actions. Now state. State is like when you are a small child, you call it childhood. State is childhood, adulthood, childhood, adulthood. Then we have like youth. When you are young, it is called youth. When somebody treats you like a slave, it is called slavery. It is called slavery. So the state of being like a slave, I mean treating somebody as a slave will be called slavery. So these are all the actions, like quality, actions and the state of the being. These come under abstract noun. Concrete, anything that we took just now are concrete nouns, and collective nouns, any collection of a thing or given a name is called collective noun. You will find these on these pages. Now one more thing that you have to know about nouns is especially about common nouns, not about proper nouns, but again of common nouns. So all common nouns can be written in two forms, because there are many of a kind, right? There is not only one proper noun, you will have maybe one only. It has to be one, like river Ganga, there is only one river Ganga, there is only one Mount Everest. So there is only one of a kind, right? In the classroom also, even if there are two Rishikesh, but each Rishikesh will have different qualities. So there is only one Rishikesh of that type, right? So you will have names, maybe many, because people keep names. But when it comes to places, rivers, mountains, cities, there is only one name, right? So there are many. But when common nouns, when you talk about common nouns, you will have one and many. So when we talk about one, it is singular, and when you talk about many, it is plural. It is plural. When you talk about one, it is singular. When you talk about many, it is plural. So any noun like bottle, glass, chalk, book. So anything that is now, for example, let us just see bottle, chalk. So a bottle, a chalk, a book, a glass. Then let us take something different, like, so you see, when we are changing it into calling many bottles if they are kept, so we will say bottles. So plural of bottle will be bottles, plural of chalk will be chalks, plural of book will be books, plural of glass will be glasses. So you see, we usually add s to the word and or es, so it becomes plural. Now plural, making plural also has some making plural of singular nouns. How do we do making plural of singular nouns? When we are doing that, making plural of singular nouns, we usually add s to a singular noun, as in here bottle, bottles, chalk, chalks, book, books. So usually we do it by adding s as over here. Then we also have by adding es, by adding s, by adding es. Now when do we do? When there is only the plural of a noun is generally formed by adding s, but when the noun, when do we add es? When do we add es? When the sound that it ends with is with s, c, sh or ch or x. So if the noun ends with either s or sh or ch or x, when the noun ends with s, sh, ch or x, then we add es. For example, boss, bosses, bush, bushes, bush, bushes, church, church ends with ch, church, churches, box, boxes. So whenever they end with s, sh, ch and x, we add es. Like for example, boss, bosses, bush, bushes, church, churches, box, boxes. So you see, it is like that. But now if it is ending, a few nouns which end in O. There are few nouns which end by O. Nouns ending with O also, we will add ES. For example, tomato, it will become ES. We have added ES. Okay. So when we are adding ES, if the noun ends with S, SH, CHX, nouns in some cases nouns ending with O, where it is again added with ES. But it's not with all nouns ending with O that they have ES. For example, if you have a ratio, not all, few nouns ending with. For example, suppose you have ratio. Supposing you have ratio, you don't put ES, you just put ratios. You just put ratios, okay? So that it's not necessary that every, like if you have a piano, it becomes pianos. So it is not necessary that all ending with O. There are few which end with O that have ES. So remember this rule, and then we have those ending with Y. We have those ending with Y. Now what we do is we remove the Y and we put IES. So we remove with Y, what do we do? Remove the Y and add IES. For example, a cherry becomes cherries. The Y has come out and ended with IES. Similarly, those ending with FE. Few which end with FE, what we do is we remove the FE and we put VES and we put VES. We remove the FE and we put VES. For example, knife becomes knives. See, FE has been removed and we add VES. But there are few which do not fall under this rule also. There are few which do not fall under this rule also, and because there are some which, like for example, with the chief. We do not remove the F, we just add S and we make it chiefs. So not necessary again that all will come under this rule. Okay, because it is ending with FE, but over here ending with F, the first sound, like when knife, first sound, we are talking about the sound over here. Those ending with FE, we remove FE, but if it is just with first sound, then it just adds a S to it. Okay, remember this. And then we have last one thing, there are few which do not follow any rule. There are few which do not follow any rule, they are differently formed. For example, I'll put it here. We have a few which do not follow any rule. For example, a man becomes men. A child becomes children. Remember children, because this mistake you'll always make. This mistake you'll always make. child. One child, many children. Not children's. Many students, what they do? Ma'am, the children's are coming. They say that. Ma'am, see the children's are coming. There is no children's. Children itself is a plural. Children, the word children itself is a plural of child. So always remember this, because I've heard this many a times where the children usually say, ma'am, see ma'am, those children's are troubling me. The children's, no, then that is wrong. It is children, okay? Children are troubling, because children itself is the plural of child. Just as man becomes men, woman becomes women. Woman becomes women. Okay? And then we have, similarly, now we have the foot, 1 foot. And we have 2 here, feet, not feet. Okay? We have foot and feet. Similarly, we have tooth and teeth. So during these mistakes children make, ma'am, all my teeths are paining. Teeths. Wrong. Okay? Tooth, one is a tooth and many are teeth. Foot, feet. Okay? So remember this. And we have mouse. Mice. We have mouse, which becomes mice. Similarly, we have goose. So they do not follow any rule. Geese. And plus there are some few which do not change into plural. They remain the same in singular as well as plural. There are some nouns which are not, they do not make plurals at all. Even in the singular form you have to take, the word is spelt in the same way. There is no s, yes, any rule applied to them. So such, like for example, these change in a very different way. Change to plural, but in a different way. No rules over here. But here we have a few which remain unchanged even in the plural form. Remain unchanged even in the plural form. So singular is also same, plural is also same. For example, sheep. You have to say one sheep, and again you have to say many sheep. Deer. Fish. All these few words are there which do not form a plural form at all. So these you will find all this information if you turn your books to page number 7. Let us turn our books to page number 7. In the last part, nouns, where you have common and proper nouns. Common and proper nouns. What I told you. See, so over there is one activity, write at least 5 proper nouns and 5 common nouns. So you can think and write. Then you open to page number 15. Go to page number 15. I have taught you in a different way, but you can see common nouns are countable nouns where you have singular and plural in it. You have singular and plural in it. Similarly, you have uncountable nouns too, which I forgot to tell you that there is something which we cannot count. Uncountable nouns we cannot count, like water. Water, can we count water? No. So there are some which we cannot count, like any food grain. Can we count the food grains? No. We cannot count. Can you count the hair? No. Can you count the metal? No. So all that, can you count sky? No. So all that comes under uncountable noun. Similarly, all abstract nouns are also uncountable nouns. All abstract nouns will come under uncountable noun. You have water, hair, gold, all the pulses, rice, wheat, all these things, pulses and grains, we cannot count them. So these also are uncountable nouns. Then you go to page number 28. On page number 28, that is what I told you about collective nouns. Collective nouns. And you go to page number 34. If you go to 34, you will see concrete nouns and abstract nouns. So the things that I have taught you have on page 7, 15, 28 and 34. Go through those parts for definitions. Thank you.